go to the SEC country. Alabama goes to Como, playing at Missouri. Alabama favored by 3.5 points. This is Missouri's first big test, right? They have like shot up into the AP poll and very high in the poll without really being tested. We had the Great Border War game, but this is it, right? Like part of Missouri's path to the playoffs is its schedule. It doesn't have a lot of huge marquee games. Alabama coming to town is that. This is the opportunity for a signature win for this team. Missouri has not beaten Alabama since arriving in the SEC in 2012. They've lost all 5 matchups by a collective score of 195-52. But you had the nation's leading rusher in Ahmad Hardy, averaging 146 rush yards per game, 9 touchdowns on the season. He's awesome. If you're not watching Missouri, because again, they've had a lot of lopsided games, man, is Ahmad Hardy really good. But on the flip side, you have Alabama coming off of that big win over Vanderbilt. They got the revenge there. Ty Simpson entering the Heisman race. There's some star power in this matchup here.
Ty Simpson, I've been saying it for the last few weeks. I mean, dude is ridiculous. He's, to me, playing the best out of all the quarterbacks that we talk about. There's been some really good quarterback play this year. He's phenomenal. So I think that's going to be a big key here. And also, like, do the Alabama receivers actually catch the football when it's thrown to them? That's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for this team. But, like, I like that. I know you have the question in here about the Alabama run game, Jam Miller being back, and, like, how does that affect it? Like, I think they run it good enough, but nobody's really scared of their run game, and that bothers me. And I think the flip side is, like, their run defense, I'm not sure scares people necessarily either. Like, it's not bad, but, like, I don't think you go into the game saying, like, okay, we're not going to be able to do this, so what's plan B? And how do we turn the page to plan C? And when you have a guy like Ahmad Hardy who's going to be toting the rock, that's where this game does become interesting to me. Like, I think the styles of these teams are different enough that even though I think Alabama is much better, this game, the way that it's played, could be a sticky one. So I'm really excited to see what the gameplay actually looks like.
Yeah, I agree. And the reason that I threw in the run game thing is because you've been critical of that in the past. And then, Jim Miller back and the way that they were able to kind of get some chunk runs to take care of the game in the second half against Vanderbilt to just kind of ice it away, I thought was impressive, or at least encouraging moving forward. But this is going to be a fun one. And I think that, again, the opportunity is here for Mizzou. But if you're Alabama and you win this game off of Vanderbilt, off of like this run that you're on, I think we're going to start talking more about them as like maybe the SEC favorite potentially.
I would say 100%.
Maybe people already are, but to me right now, like, hard to pick who I think the best team in the
No,
SEC
it feels
is.
wide open down there.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't feel like there's that like elite team like we were so used to with the Alabamas and then Georgias. Right. Feels much more wide open this year.
And I'm trying to figure out too, we had this conversation offline, but I'm trying to figure out if like the middle part of the SEC is that good, or if the top part has regressed to a point where we feel like the middle is much better, right? Like there are those two things at play here, but I tend to agree, like, if Alabama comes out and they win this and they do it impressively, like there's not really going to be that question. And this is also from a guy who is like still waiting on Ole Miss, got questions about them, and also questions about Oklahoma. Like Alabama would feel like the team to me.
I have them as my highest ranked team, my AP ballot. And I know people probably think Alabama's really high, and like I'm not acknowledging their loss to Florida State enough. But I just think that I would pick Alabama over all of these SEC teams. And there's so many when you go from like 4 to 15 in the ballot. Like it's just it was hard for me to like argue that they should be below some of those other teams. I trust them more.
When you beat Georgia at home, like that to me is one of those like I weigh that result more than I would weigh a result in week 1. Like that to me is one of the things that makes you say that you trust them.
Yeah, I agree. So you taking Alabama in this game? Favored by 3?
I'm going to take Alabama in this one. I think there's so much firepower, and even last week, I think that's the one where it's like they were getting hit in the mouth a little bit, and like Vanderbilt is putting up points, and then when they decide that they're going to flip the switch, like good luck. What are you going to do? And I think that could be a similar thing this week.
We've seen this a couple of times. Like they don't always need to score a lot in the second half to just kind of take care of a game. saw it against Georgia, and we saw them just kind of pull away from Vanderbilt, get their revenge as well. This is another one where, like, again, it's 3 points, but Alabama, you're supposed to take care of business. These are the games like Kalen DeBoer, again, flex. You kind of win these games. I just said it. I would take Alabama over all of these SEC teams. So I'm also going to take the Tide in this game as well.